In today's video, I wanted to have a chat with you to talk about what really matters. A reflection I brought from a training I attended, and I want to share it with you. So let's get started, and after the intro, we'll talk. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to another video on my channel. And in today's video, I want to do something different. Usually we come here to talk about technical things, about business, about work. But this time, I'm here more to reflect and to invite you to think as well. Last year, as usual, at the end of the year, all dental technicians and dentists have a busy life with work to deliver. People usually want to have a beautiful smile in their end-of-year photos. So there's that end-of-year madness that everyone who works in dentistry knows all too well. And usually during this period, we give up other things, whether it's family, spending more time with our children, traveling, fulfilling some of our dreams, and things that involve this kind of thinking, in my opinion. And I see that this isn't something that happens only to me, but to everyone who works in this field. And sometimes we start going on autopilot, doing things automatically, chasing after things that, in the end, if you stop to think about it, don't even matter. I want to invite you to reflect on this. As I mentioned in the introduction, I took part in a training this past weekend, which is actually a PNRE training to help us develop leadership skills called ELO from the ELOS group. And they really make us reflect on the things we've been doing in our lives, on who we are, on what we're looking for, on what we want to leave behind. And one of the things I took away from this training is that sometimes we're chasing after things that don't even make that much of a difference to us. So sometimes we're chasing after things out of greed, sometimes wanting more money, wanting more financial success, wanting to achieve more things that in the end don't fulfill us for who we are. When you reach the end of your life or when you're going through a tough time, in the end, those things won't last and won't make a difference. In the end, what really matters is being with the people you love. Sometimes what really makes a difference is having some good moments with those people, and sometimes we get so obsessed with work that you end up having dinner with your phone on the table, answering work questions, responding to things that could sometimes wait. Sometimes you go on a trip or spend a weekend with your family, but you bring your phone, you bring your workload, and you don't even enjoy the moment. You're not really living, you're just surviving. That's not something I think is good, not for my life and not for anyone else's. Another thing I notice a lot is the way we see other people. So this happens a lot in the lab and with dentists too. One arguing with another, one disagreeing with another over work differences or professional disagreements, or even, for example, when a preparation in the dentist's opinion turned out well, but in the technician's opinion, it wasn't that good. And then the argument starts, no, I'm not going to do the work. Yes, you are because I'm the one paying, and so on. And sometimes if we just looked into that person's eyes or remembered that you're talking to and dealing with a human being, you would see things differently. So sometimes understanding what that person is going through, sometimes putting yourself in their shoes, but really putting yourself there. And I know this is hard to do because when we're going about our daily lives, when we're busy with work, you end up getting swallowed by the routine. So applying this methodology and this mindset of being empathetic and not being rude to another living soul, always looking them in the eye, looking at the situation they're going through, and really trying to put yourself in that person's place. Why is that dentist telling me to do it this way? It could be because he tried to do a better preparation and wasn't able to. It could be because that client, that patient just wanted the session to be over quickly. Maybe they wanted to leave, or maybe the person just couldn't do it, or it could even be due to insecurity. How am I supposed to tell my patient that my preparation wasn't adequate and I'll have to redo it? It's not that simple, do you agree? And sometimes the dentist also needs to put themselves in the technician's shoes. The technician is there working because they want to deliver excellent work. They want to deliver something that will be well received by the client. They want to deliver something that will make the patient happy, and they know that what they're delivering isn't the best that could be done. So the dentist also needs to understand. They want to deliver the best fit. They want this to fit well and not cause problems in the future, not cause problems for the patient down the line. So really, putting yourself empathetically in the other person's shoes can lead to not just a profession, but a healthier working relationship and also a healthier human relationship. Moreover, seeing that other person as a human being different from you, who sometimes has dreams, anxieties, and fears that are different from yours. So being empathetic with that person. I can give a simple example of this. Ever since I did the training up to today, I have been trying to do this more often. So for example, I went to Cacau Show yesterday, and when I went to pick up the order I had placed with the person, I arrived and said, "Thank you very much. I hope you have a good day at work and that your week is amazing, just like you." Then the person was happy, smiled, was all pleased and cheerful, and I saw afterwards that she left, feeling joyful because of what I had said. I've been trying to apply this with Uber drivers and also with other people we interact with in our daily lives. Sometimes you get so caught up in autopilot that you don't even do this. And you see how something so simple can sometimes change someone's day, and it doesn't take anything more to do that. So I'd like to invite you to reflect on what really matters to you. Is what really matters material possessions, trips, or financial things? Or is what matters having a moment with your child, fulfilling your child's dream, or sometimes fulfilling a dream you had when you were a child? Fulfilling your partner's dream who is with you, or your own partner's dream, or sometimes just spending more time with your family. So I, for example, have already committed myself to I will do this, to schedule at least once a week with my family and once a week with my fiance's family, just for us to have dinner together and spend more time together, because sometimes we get caught up in the daily routine and end up letting it slip by. So there were times when I went, 15, 20 days, even a month without seeing my family. And man, just imagine if something were to happen to them and I end up losing them, or anyway, they could lose me too, because life is unpredictable. So in my opinion, these are the things that really matter, not material things. So I wanted to bring this reflection to you, for you to really think about what truly matters to you. Try to look at situations from a different perspective, putting yourself in, from that person's point of view, putting yourself in their shoes, so that we can achieve better professional development and a more peaceful, better life. And take a moment to think. So after you watch this video, it might not be right now because you could be at work or maybe doing something else while you watch and listen to this video. But here's an invitation for you to reflect, to really think about it when you get home or when you're driving, to see if you're actually doing what truly matters to you. If you are pursuing your legacy, if you are doing things that will contribute to what you want to achieve and what you want to leave behind in the world. So this was another reflection that I've been having because of the training I went through this past weekend. And I wanted to share this with you here, to put it out there. It's not really the kind of content we usually post on our channel, and it's not what we typically bring, but I think it's important for us to strive for excellence both in our business and in our personal lives. So I hope you enjoyed it, that this video helped you reflect and sparked a bit of this kind of thinking. And if you like this video, share it with a friend who also needs this message, who needs this reflection, or with a friend you haven't seen in a while. And also, in this video, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to leave you with some homework and ask you to send a message, whether it's to someone you've argued with. So if you fought with your father, if you fought with your mother and aren't speaking to them, send a message asking for forgiveness for what you did or forgiving them for what they did, and also send a message of gratitude. Sometimes it's for someone you no longer have contact with. For example, one of the activities at this event was to send a message to someone who was important to you in the past, but whom you no longer keep in touch with today and don't even intend to. But just to thank them for having been important to you at that time, for having helped you grow. So do this, pick up your phone, send a message to someone you were in touch with 10, 20, or 30 years ago, or back in school, thanking them for what they did for you, for the time you spent together, because I'm sure they also had an influence on who you are today. So here are these 2 assignments for you to do. And leave a comment below if you did it. I really want to see who did it and what different insights you got from this video. And share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you're always up to date when a new video comes out. That's it, everyone. See you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.